This is not going to be a roundup in the typical sense. I just want us to say no. No pain Olympics. It needs to stop. And I'm talking to you, single mothers. You need to stop it. Thank God it's not all of you. I use this particular friend as my example. Some woman began with, I'm a single mom and blah, blah, blah in an ADHD group. That already is implying that you people must pity me because my life is harder, because I'm a single mom. I don't have a partner to do this with. Except marriage does not mean happiness, support, partnering, caring, bearing burdens together. It actually can mean loneliness, having nobody to discuss the day with, nobody to research with you, nobody to discuss with the things you read about this condition. And it can mean that when you have studied, PDA means don't make demands. Try and give the child, to make them feel as if they're making a choice. You tell that to your husband, and who cares? You must come and do this. You must come and do that. Believe me, being married means nothing if you're not partnering together. If your partner is not your partner, if you're not being a team, marriage is not a protective factor. And I hate it. I don't like the I'm struggling worse than you thing. I've never done it in any of the groups. I love how generally actually no one else does it. Not all single moms do it and no one else does. They will come and say, my child is being hated by the school, persecuted by the teacher. Why don't they understand that my child it's not his fault? Then we're focusing on the problem, the ADHD, not on me. And that's the thing, it's a pain Olympics / pity me. My life is harder, as opposed to how do I handle my child's ABC behavior, which most people do. And the reason it stood out this time is she began, oh, I'm a single mom, blah, blah, blah. And who's working? She's employed. That's another big blessing. There are single moms who are not employed. She is employed. Blessing number one. Blessing number two. Privilege number two. Her child goes to school. So I will give the words that one of my old friends gave. South African mother in Johannesburg, no, in Mpumalanga, who is a single mom of an ADHD, not as severe as mine, whose child goes to school. She said it. I'd never even thought of it. I'm just always sharing my life, and I listen to her and her son's ADHD, and we support, or we rejoice when he's done so well she adopted, coming from foster care where he spoke this language, and now he's doing so well in a second language, which he hadn't done. We celebrate our children. It's not a woe is me. It's, wow, this is hard, or wow, I'm so happy. So she said to me, I really feel sorry for you. Me, the married one. My life is meant to be better, right? I feel sorry for you because at least if I'm sick, I can come home and rest until my boy comes back from school. You're stuck. You are at school. The children are always there, and there's so many of them. You actually can't rest. You can't escape. That's what I want. I want us to see each other as individuals who have totally different experiences, and not as people who have to compete for pity. And so this woman had written this, and someone had commented underneath, I really don't know what you can do, but I hope you can find a chance to take a break. The response was so ungracious, I don't know if that's a word, that it really irked. She said, what do you mean get a break? Are you a single mom? As in, do you not realize that single moms suffer? They have no life, they have no break. And I thought single moms are not the only ones who don't have help, who don't get a break, who are alone, who don't share this. There are people who are married to oafs, OAFS, oafs in the AS world as well. The husbands who don't want to understand it, the husbands who tell their wives, oh, please just get on with it, just get up and go, you're being lazy. Believe me, marriage is not a magical gift. Sometimes it's a curse. Sometimes it's a burden. Sometimes it's pain. Sometimes it's an actual extra. It's sometimes you have men who are the other special needs child. Pompous, narcissistic, toxic, cold hearted, unemotional, unavailable. There are many marriages where there are people who wish they weren't married, but they're stuck. They are trapped. They have no choice but to be married on paper. But in reality, they're alone. I don't know what this person's work is like. Do they not get holidays? So if she gets a holiday or she takes her leave when her child is at school, she will get more of a break than homeschooling mothers do, even with the best husband possible. Because when he's gone at work, even if he's loving, she's the one who's bearing the brunt all day, every day. Please let's stop the pain Olympics. I had prepared a whole different video that was ready by Friday. It was going to be a day in the life of me, my day, with 4 children who each have severe special needs and terrible behavioral problems. But I thought that would be boring. Who wants to get a rundown of my day all the way through all the struggles and it's boring. So I'll just end here and just share snippets of last week. And just please, let's not do a pain Olympics. We're all suffering. Let's just bear in mind, my dream or my hope is that we bear in mind that we are suffering. Differently, yes, but we are suffering. And may our suffering draw us together rather than to make us catty when someone is just trying to show their thought. No one forced that woman to write. She could have just left it. But to say, I hope you can get a break, it's actually possible. Not all, some of us do live alone, no support whatsoever, no relatives, no friends who come and help. But not everyone is like that. Others have villages. There are single moms who do have villages, so they can take a break. Besides taking the break when the child is at school, and that's when they schedule their leave, which by law they have to have. So let's embrace each other. If we're in an ADHD support group, let's embrace each other for the struggles we have with our children. Not because I'm worse off than you, so you must pity me. Let's all pity each other because severe ADHD is hard. Autism, severe, is hard. All of these things are hard. And sometimes we can be very lonely while married. I was going to do a roundup, share, as I said, glimpses, but it's like I'm talking to myself. So yeah, I'm just going to end here with a call to us to support each other because you wake up in the morning and the children are already arguing. They haven't even been up for 30 minutes and there's already someone, my 5-year-old, who can talk with PDA, bashing her sister, her 10-year-old, physically hitting her, hurting her because she wants her to do what she wants to do. Then there's another one who's putting you because she insists she wants that. Then there's the son who talks to you, but he doesn't know what he's saying, and you can't understand what he's asking because the words he's using are not what he thinks they mean. It's just ongoing, and you can't trust anyone to do anything because when they try, they break things. Like, prime example, there's someone who told me how they was thinking, well, what happens if I'm not well enough to get out of bed? And I thought, bah, I'm not well enough to get out of bed. I shouldn't be getting out of bed, but I have to. So I can't relate. How would she be like, let's say maybe she had the flu and the children, she had to care for the children. So she told them they need to get up and make their own breakfast. And I thought, how nice. How nice to be able to know that your children, who are exactly the age of some of mine, exactly the age, can do that, be trusted. And the comment was, yeah, because, I'm a single mom now, so it's just us. And I was thinking, do you hear that though? If you got sick, I'm always sick. I am sick. I don't have a choice. I have to get up because if I don't, people will get hurt, severely hurt. Forget the fact that they almost burnt down the house when they did once make toast. They will get hurt. There is no choice for me. I have to be up, even though I feel terrible every single day. And this is what I said before, that when people talk to you, you realize that they don't understand what you've said to them before. They don't understand the depth of the anger, anguish that you're feeling every single moment of every single day. And people, it's just ongoing. There's always a fire to fight. There's always someone to keep safe, or things to keep safe, objects to keep safe, to keep myself safe. I need to keep myself safe from my children. In this next snippet, Talking Twin had grabbed the remote from Non-Talking Twin, the TV remote. I don't know why, but Talking Twin had a glass jar, Purity, blended children's food, on the armchair, which I had told her not to have. And that glass jar then fell down and shattered everywhere. So I had to unplug the TV so I could vacuum. And this is what happens when you try and clear up shattered glass when your body itself is feeling like shattered glass. I'm trying to say to you guys there were still shards of glass, but because she kept walking all over the carpet where much of the glass was, I had to just move the whole carpet. Otherwise, she was going to get injured, spread the glass around. Thankfully, she had sandals on. It was just, this is it. So yeah, anyway, this was our last update. This was our last round up. For now, I will just stick to my Adventist home and some homeschooling things. I see most engagement on that. No one really cares about ADHD, autism, global developmental, that life. So I'll leave it for now until another time, perhaps. But I'll still be here to talk about issues that touch my heart, South African issues especially, and my thoughts on them. And of course, my other channel is still there with the children's stories and anything useful that comes up regarding homeschooling, special needs, I will share up here.
The end. Good job.